a grown man, once you hit 21 and you pulling your phone out making videos, I do not trust you at that point, because I feel like, me personally, this could be a personal thing, but I feel like social media is for women. I'm sorry. And it's for men to look at.
Ooh, man, we can't do nothing.
No, I was just playing, but in all seriousness, there are a lot of women who just genuinely don't like to see men happy or men speaking their mind. There are a lot of girlfriends, a lot of fiancés, a lot of wives who don't like to see their man happy unless they're the reason their man is happy. They don't want to see their man going out with drinks with the fellas. They don't want to see their man going to watch sports. They don't want to see their man going to play sports. They don't want to see their man playing a video game. They don't want to see their man watching anime. If she's not the reason you're happy, she don't feel like you should be happy, because that other thing that's making you happy is taken away from her. And not only that, we live in a time, in a generation where most women don't care how they man think or really care how they man feel. And they actually care about that man. So why in the hell would they want to hear a random man on social media talking about how he feels or what he thinks? Like me, they don't give a fuck. They don't want to hear that. They don't care about how they man feel. Why would they care about how I feel or what I think?
Strip it down to the essentials, and the picture is clear. Peace, autonomy, and zero unnecessary friction. No drama, no emotional chaos, no constant negotiations. Just financial freedom and the ability to move on your own schedule. Answer to no one, and invest energy where it actually compounds. That's the lifestyle many men are choosing now. And the confusion from modern women isn't about complexity. It's about refusing to accept how simple the choice really is.
So I know it doesn't look like it because I just got out of the gym, but I'm the psychologist that talks about attachment and relationship patterns on here. And I wanted to tell you that the easiest way to get a really sensitive person into like a very irrational, dysregulated rage is to invalidate their emotion, particularly their emotion about feeling lonely or misunderstood. Meaning dismiss it, tell them it's not the big of a deal. Tell them if they get out more, they'll just make a friend and everything will be okay. So people born with really, really highly sensitive temperaments catastrophize and personalize everything. So they really need someone outside of them throughout their development to mirror back that they're okay inside and that the world isn't going to crumble, and that negative emotions and reactions doesn't mean that they're bad. It's just a part of being human. And if they don't get that, it's not just that they feel alone. It's that they fear that there's something wrong with them. So I'm talking about a highly sensitive person, male or female, that either through like over control or neglect or not attuning, not understanding, whatever, they end up feeling not only alone, but also defective. And that lends itself to disorganized attachment or fearful avoidant attachment. Or, and I was talking about several videos ago, the overlap between OCD and bipolar. If they have a little bit less sensitivity, they'll be more ritualistic and more OCD and less like a bipolar borderline-ish presentation. And then they'll be an externalizing avoidant attached person. But that is a video I've done before. Not going into it right now. You know, these people, because of their high sensitivity with misattunement, they crave other people to understand them and get them. And they're very sensitive if other people don't. So these are the kids who, if their teacher doesn't understand them, or something simple, like their teacher gives them a lower grade or misjudges them and punishes them when they weren't the one talking or whatever, they are so dysregulated. It's not like, oh my gosh, that was annoying. And it's not like the PDA thing where they feel like their autonomy is taken away and they're being unfairly controlled and it was unjust. It's like they're hurt. They're deeply hurt that their teacher doesn't understand them. And these are the kids that the same thing, if they don't get into a party or whatever, it's deeply upsetting. And I would see these older kids and teenagers in therapy and I would be like, whoa, they're putting so much emphasis on like somebody that should be a peripheral character in their life, a teacher, right? To confirm something about them. And they don't have like a stable foundation of I'm okay inside, ideally formed in early childhood with a caregiver. And now I see adults in therapy who are navigating relationships and they go into interactions with their partner that seemingly on the surface aren't that big of a deal. Like, oh, it stresses me out when the dishes aren't done or something superficial like that. But they are so deeply dysregulated and their partner looks at them like, oh my gosh, what is the big deal? And then that makes them even more dysregulated because at the root of it, they're going through their whole life just trying to heal this wound of understand me. So instead of saying, well, that wasn't a big deal, or fixing it, like frantically doing the dishes, If you've got a partner with this kind of wound, I'm not telling you to be a doormat, bend over backwards, jump when you say jump, because sometimes if these highly sensitive, traumatized people aren't being understood for a prolonged period of time, they will replace the need to be understood with the need to be accommodated, and they'll start to control. I'm not saying if you're the partner of this person, accommodate them. I'm saying just take a second to repeat what they said. Yeah, it really makes you stressed out when the dishes aren't done. And see if that takes the tension out of the room, because they are hurt. And one of the developmental deprivations was they didn't get attunement. Well, like,
it's a familiar pattern at this point. Certain women slowly exhaust good men, converting relationships into emotional labor and stability into constant conflict. Unresolved baggage gets projected outward, and genuine men end up paying the price for wounds they didn't cause. Over time, those men stop trying to fix, save, or explain. They choose distance, discipline, and peace instead. And once that switch flips, access is no longer freely given.
why men have given up on women. Let's face it, the red pill community was not built overnight. As both a woman and a psychotherapist, my journey has been humbling to say the least. The number one reason that men have given up on women and on love is solely because the gap between men and women is getting larger and larger. With women, there's the movement of, I don't need no man. And then with men, you have that movement of women are a liability. So in my practice, I try to teach clients how to close that gap. The truth is that relationships and genuine love is beautiful. And it's a really powerful achievement. Man or woman, let's face it, we need one another.
I made a video in which I put out my theory that the majority, or at least most men that are single, are not as lonely as a lot of individuals out there would like us to believe. In fact, from the majority of the comments from men, most men have actually found it rather peaceful being single. And this seemed to upset some individuals, and by some I mean some women, some of whom left some very disparaging comments in regards to what they thought of me. But it doesn't matter what they think of me. What I want to know is, why would some women get upset that men are more happy single than they were in relationships? Because I think we all know that sometimes it's worse to be in a relationship with someone that doesn't appreciate you than to be single and be by yourself, where you don't have to worry about impressing anyone or worrying about what they're doing. So why would some be upset about what the guys were saying?
Men are increasingly choosing peace, not because they're bitter, but because peace has proven to be the better return on investment. When men spend time together, there's usually calm, respect, and an unspoken understanding not to drain each other's energy. There's no constant criticism, no emotional friction, no need to manage moods. That contrast becomes impossible to ignore over time. Eventually, men stop explaining their preference and simply remove themselves from environments that cost more than they give.
For me, like, when I ask a guy, like, what is he passionate about? Like, sometimes it's like going to the gym, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, like, anything else?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I don't think that you're for me, but maybe I have a friend for you. You know? Like, you're so cute.
You can't make this shit up, man. You can't. You know, like, what's wrong with a dude being passionate about the gym? Like, it's just, this kind of woman does not want to see a man happy. That's it. It's crazy ass expectations in her head, man. But what does she like do for passion? What, makeup? Like, you're gonna do some makeup? Oh, I do makeup and I like to shop. Like, I don't understand this shit, man. I don't understand these stupid interviews. It makes you look so bad. There's so many videos on these interviews of women that just, they cannot stand to see a man happy. Like, what's wrong with that? I just don't get it. Like, what's wrong with a man being passionate about the gym or fishing or... It's a cold game you're playing, man. I hope to God that you guys do not fall in the trap. I hope you guys do not end up with a woman like this. Your life will be over. Your life's gonna be nothing but stress, headaches, bull, and drama, and I promise you, it's not something you want to be dealing with. Pick and choose wisely, man.
Distance creates clarity. Men who step away from American dating culture often find their stress drops and their peace returns. There's no constant negotiation, no emotional tug of war, and no pressure to perform for validation. When you remove yourself from the chaos, your energy goes back into your purpose instead of conflict. Calm becomes the default, not the exception. If the message hit, like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.